want to show you is how you can remove certain like things from your picture if they're small. So like in my example picture, so maybe in some of the grass there's some like distracting grass, or maybe say there was like dog poop or something that I just don't want permanently engraved onto a piece of wood. There is a tool called the Spot Healing Brush, and it is really handy. So my cursor is this little tiny circle. I'll kind of put it up here in the dark. And you can adjust that size of the circle either up here by just changing the size, but it's hard to like know exactly where you're at. The easier way is to use the brackets that are on your keyboard. So the two buttons to the right of your P key can make your little circle bigger or smaller. So whatever you're trying to spot heal, you want your brush to be just as big as whatever you're trying to do. So right now I need to make it a little bit bigger if I'm going to do this little leaf here. And I'm just going to get my circle just bigger than it, and then click, and it fills it in. So maybe some of these leaves down here are kind of distracting. I can heal that up. On my aunt's leg, she has some like bruises and cuts and stuff, so I could make my brush small, and if it's too big, it might pick up other stuff from around and make it look a little funny too. So you do have to be a little careful. So this is picking up some weird stuff, I think, from my grandma's pants. So that might not work too well. There's other tools. So if it's doing funny things like that, let me zoom in here. Another tool is the clone stamp. So this one's a little bit more complicated tool. So again, you want your brush just to be a little bit bigger than whatever you're trying to do, and you're going to need to tell it what color or what part of the picture you want to clone. So like this part of her leg underneath, I'm going to hold the Option key and click once. So that locks in where I want my color to come from. So now as I move my little circle, you can see it has a different color in there. And as I paint and like drag my mouse across, you can see where that plus sign is, and that's where it's grabbing color from. So I can kind of fill in some of those spots too. So it is a little bit more complicated tool to use, but that is another way you can remove things from your picture that you don't want that might be a little distracting. So it works good with like pimples or things like that. Really easy way to handle that.